Erika, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Survivor 41. That's wild, right?
That is crazy. 41 seasons, and I still can't get enough.
How long did you have to keep it a secret that you made the show, and how the heck did you do it?
Oh my gosh, I kept it a secret for a long time. So fun fact, I actually was initially cast to film the show when it was supposed to film in 2020.
Wow.
And then, of course, a few days before it's time to go and film, we find out that COVID is declared a pandemic, and then the show gets put on a delay. So it was crazy to have to sit on that secret for the entire year, and then even after coming back from filming. So now I'm excited to just shout it from the rooftops, like, oh my God, I'm on Survivor.
This is honestly like the ultimate test of human will and mental and physical strength. How did you prepare before going into the game? Like, did you have a mantra going into the game? Like, what was it for you?
Oh my gosh. Well, in 2020, I was like, I need to do everything by the book. So I was taking swimming lessons. I was doing a bunch of I was taking swimming lessons. I was going to a bunch of different gyms. I was listening to all these podcasts about game theory. I was trying to watch every season of Survivor. I was doing puzzles like 24/7. And then finding out a few days before I'm supposed to leave that I'm not going, it's kind of like this balloon that quickly deflates. And it was really hard to kind of get over that hump. So then this year, after having gone through the pandemic and realizing that stuff is going to happen and you're never going to have full control over it, my new mantra was just, I have everything I need to be successful. So I really just focused on knowing where are my strengths, where are my perceived weaknesses, and no matter what, I already have enough to play the game.
Now, Survivor, as you know, it's got its fair share of liars, manipulators, cheats, backstabbers, and thieves. So which description, if any, best fits how you wanted to play before heading into the game?
Oh my gosh. Before the game, I wanted to be a silent killer. I think it's really easy for me to be underestimated. I stand at 5'0" on a good day. I always get confused for a teenager. I have purple hair. So I think it's really easy for people to look at me and think like, she's going to be an easy boot. But what people don't realize is behind the scenes, I actually am ready to play. So I really wanted to go in there thinking like people are going to overlook me and that's going to be their downfall.
Now, this game also honestly brings out people's true colors, even if they're trying to act like it's all good throughout the paranoia. Mm-hmm. So who back home did you want to make the most proud?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to cry. I really wanted to make my parents proud. So I was actually born in the Philippines and moved to Canada when I was a baby. And my parents, they kind of had that traditional immigrant story where you can be really educated at home and then move to a new country. And unfortunately, you just don't have the same opportunities available. And I know they worked so hard. They worked around the clock when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, I want to cry thinking about it. But I really hope that I was able to channel some of their hard work and perseverance and make them proud with what I did out there.
Now, you know, with this game, lack of sleep, you have your inconsistent food schedule, there's conversations you always want to be a part of. Who's talking over there? Who's talking over here? Whatever. Who from a previous season handled these types of things and these elements well, and who you wanted to emulate going into the game?
My all-time favorite Survivor player, 24/7, 365, will never change, is Todd Herzog, the winner of Survivor China. Todd, similar to me, a guy of smaller stature. So you'd see him and think, okay, like, is this guy really a threat? But he was so good at, one, like building relationships, and two, using those relationships to execute strategies that he was able to find his way to the end. And then have this amazing final tribal council performance where he took ownership of everything he did. And I think that like he had such a good balance of knowing his strengths and then taking what people thought were weaknesses to use it to his advantage. And oh my gosh, if I could even play a little bit like Todd, I'd be so happy.
And honestly, a game like this, you meet people from all walks of life playing Survivor. So what do you hope that fans and your fellow survivors remember most about you?
Oh my gosh, I think as a longtime Survivor fan, it's really easy to think, oh my gosh, I want to be a legend. I want to be like epic. I want to be remembered. But honestly, I just like want to be myself. And I think if people like it, that's cool. If they don't like it, whatever, no one's going to like everybody. So hopefully they'll at least see that me in my imperfect self just went for it and did the best that I could.
What do you want to say to people looking for advice on, let's say, how to play this game if they're thinking to apply in a future season?
I am just a normal girl from Canada that sent in an audition tape. As soon as I found out Canadians could apply, I got a friend who had a camera to come over and we recorded a tape of me sitting like in this room explaining why I should be on Survivor. And I made it. It's crazy. I'm the first person living in Canada that made it. And I think that if it's possible for something like that to happen to me, like it's definitely possible for anyone else. So I'd say if you're thinking about going for it, like just go for it. Be yourself. Like you never know what they're looking for. And you could end up there one day and I could be cheering you on.
Final question, being Canadian, how many times have you listened to the new Drake album and what's your favorite track?
Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to get in trouble. I haven't listened to it yet.
What?
I know. This is where I'm like, I live in Toronto and I'm like, I don't listen to that much Drake. So I think that I hope I don't like lose all of my Canadian support, but I've just been so focused on getting ready for the show. I haven't listened to it yet though. So everyone forgive me. I'm sorry.
When you get a chance,
you know I'm Canadian because I say sorry.
Of course. You'll love it when you get a chance to, but we can't wait to see what happens this season with you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And Erika, just so excited about this entire show, which a lot of other people are. So congrats on the chance and thanks for chatting with us today. Cannot wait to see what happens.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm excited too.